Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Hello. Is this thing on? Checking. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Do, re, mi. No. You hit the like button, share, and subscribe for future videos. Real quick, I was just doing a search because I was thinking about revamping the podcast where we were talking about spirituality, we were talking about politics, me and my co-hosts. I came across this study while looking up podcast topics that actually tell you what topics were most viewed and ranked, top ranked last year, the year of 2023. So you got your top 10 podcasts of all time. The lady has a podcast about sex. You got Joe Rogan podcast was the number 1 in 2023. And the top 10, just different areas. I think politics was up there. It was like a true crime one. They were all over the place. But just in general, the U.S. population watched these topics, and these are the percentages out of 100 of what people are watching. Number 1 watched topic of podcast that U.S. people are consuming is true crime. That's 24%. So 24% of all of U.S. populations of people that consume podcasts or watch podcasts, true crime is the topic that people like to consume the most. Next one is going to be politics and government, 10%. At this point, because this was done last year, I think at this point, more people might be consuming politics and government just because of, the election is coming up. And it's productive to me. The next one, you got true crime, politics and government, and then entertainment, pop culture, and the arts, 9%. So are y'all looking at the whole list? Just read along with this for me. Entertainment, pop culture, and the arts are coming above self-help and relationships, history, money and finance, science and technology, and health. To me, that one is very, 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 it just answers the question like why politics are really using entertainers and music artists and, these brands that are very popular and very, influential to help bring awareness to their campaigns. I don't think it's professional. The next one I was kind of happy about that it was next on the list. I thought it was going to be lower on the list, but self-help and relationships come in at 8%. I wish it was a little bit higher. That should be like at the top of everyone's priority list. Me personally, that's just my opinion. Self-help and relationships, money and finance, and health. Those should be at the top. So the next one is going to be sports. Sports is number 6. Again, attention. We all have our getaways. We all have our outlets and things that we like to enjoy in our free time. So sports can tie into health also too at the same time. History, wish that one was a little bit more. It's kind of in the right spot, but coming in at 4%. Money and finance is 2%. It probably just come down to the scarcity or the lack thereof of the amount of podcasts that are available for these topics. So you never know. So we can say, reporting the news and crime, it's quicker. It's a hit a little, you want to know what's going on in your county or where you're living. You want to know what's going on in your country. You want to be aware so you can watch out for dangers and be aware of dangers. So it's understandable that a lot of podcasters would choose that way because it does get you a lot of fast attention. It just needs to be some type of balance. Do what you can to help combat, what's going on. At the end of the day, you still have to put self first. That's why I said I wish self-help was more up there, but it's not. The next one, comedy. Comedy, 2%, okay. Religion, 2%, okay, understandable. Science and technology, 1%, and health, 1%. Those topics are very, very low. Science and technology, it is changing rapidly and changing a lot coming from while we go into this digital, AI world. It might take a little time to get truth and information and facts and studies and researches put on to podcasts to get that flow going. So I get it, I understand. As we come into the more computer and technological world and all these fast technological advancements, it's understandable. I think we hopefully in the next two to 3 years, these numbers can look very, very different. It's a little disappointing to me because health. Of course, I'm a personal trainer. I'm into the health and wellness industry and the health and wellness world and self-improvement and self-awareness and self-love and elevating, living and walking in your true purpose, spreading and being and becoming love and light. It sucks that it's like only 1%. Maybe it's just that it's not, again, a good variety. I don't know. The next one is going to be multiple topics, 20%, which is a big gap. So you do have podcasts that don't basically just focus on one subject. So that is kind of a breather. It's kind of makes me feel a little bit better, because who knows that health, history, money and finance, and self-help and relationships and everything are not tied into the multiple topics type of podcast, which is podcasts that can be like I said, like a Joe Rogan podcast. He don't just talk about sports. He don't just talk about entertainment. He don't just talk about politics and government. He got history. So a Joe Rogan type of podcast will fall under multiple topics, and he was #1 last year as the top most streamed podcast on, across multiple platforms. So it could be a lot of helpful information out there also. I'm good with the 20% multiple topics, because it helps you to be able to keep a balance and have a good variety of the type of information that you're consuming. The other could be something like pranks. Over the next couple years, like I said, these numbers change, but what do y'all think about this? Seriously, are you okay with these numbers? Does it make sense? In government, 9% entertainment, that number is just up to half of me. It just needs to be down. It needs to switch places with health or money and finance, the entertainment part. And I would be okay with this list. If we would just switch that one, I would be okay, because self-help comes next. Sports and history is good, money and finance, I'm okay with the rest of it. Health and entertainment just kind of need to switch positions at this point. We need to pivot that for a second, like, okay, or maybe we need to make sure we combine them. Let's get a lot of our entertainment and health into the same box, into the same category. Especially, I know I talk about it all the time on this channel, how important it is that we tap a little bit more into our physical health, our mental health. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Leave a comment, let me know what you think about this. Are you okay? Does it not matter? Is it just podcasts? Because this is not all of America. Once again, this is the percentage of people who just actually consistently stream and watch podcasts. So are we kind of in the right direction? Am I being a little bit too critical? Let me know what y'all think. But thank y'all for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video.